There is one thing a woman will never, and I mean never, share with a man unless she is completely, hopelessly, and truly in love with him. It is not her phone password, and it is not a secret about her friends. It is something much deeper. It is something so private and raw that most men do not even notice it when it is happening right in front of them. In fact, a study from 2023 in a journal that looks at how people get along, the Journal of Social and Personal Relationships, found that 78% of men completely missed the exact moment a woman decided to give her heart to them. 78%. That is a very high number. It means that right now, there might be a woman in your life who has already handed you the keys to her heart, and you might just be standing there, looking around for the lock without realizing the door is already open. Please stay with me as we talk about this, because what I am about to share could change the way you see your relationship forever. At the very end, I will tell you about one specific sign that is the most important of all. It is the one thing that separates a woman who just likes you from a woman who would stand by your side through any battle. Here is something most people will not tell you. Women do not fall in love the way many men think they do. A lot of men believe that love starts with a big, dramatic scene, like in a movie. They imagine she will run through the rain, find you, and shout 3 magic words while music plays in the background. That is a sweet thought, but it is usually not how it works in real life. The truth is that when a woman falls in love, she does not usually make a big announcement. Instead, she lets it out in small pieces. She shares it in tiny, almost invisible ways that a lot of men walk past without thinking twice. This matters to you more than you might realize. If you miss these moments, or if you fail to see what she is actually trying to give you, she might eventually stop giving it. It is not because she stopped loving you, but because she started to feel like you were not paying attention. When a woman feels like she is not being seen, she will quietly close the door to her heart. She does it so gently that you might not even hear it shut. You will just wake up one day and wonder why things feel different. So, right now, I want to walk you through the exact things a woman shares only when she is deeply, 100% in love. Some of these things might surprise you. Others might make you think back to every person you have ever dated. And one of them, the very last one, is so powerful that it might make you want to stop what you are doing and send a message to someone special. Let us start with the one that catches most men off guard, her childhood wounds. When a woman starts telling you about her life as a little girl, pay close attention. I do not mean the fun stories about her first bike or a trophy she won. I am talking about the real, messy stuff. These are the stories about her parents arguing late at night, or the time she felt left behind, or the reason she feels a little scared when someone raises their voice. When she tells you these things, she is not just talking to fill the time. She is taking a piece of her soul and handing it to you. She has probably thought about saying these words 100 times before she finally felt safe enough to let them out. Dr. Sue Johnson, a famous expert who studies how people connect, says that showing this kind of emotional honesty is the biggest sign of a strong bond. In simpler words, a woman will not show you where she is hurt unless she trusts you not to hurt her more. She has probably been hurt before. Most people have. Maybe she shared something personal with the wrong person in the past and they used it to make her feel bad. So, if she is opening up about the parts of her story that she usually keeps locked away, she is being very brave. She is choosing to risk being hurt again because she loves you that much. One mistake many men make here is trying to fix the problem. They hear her talk about a sad memory and immediately try to find a solution. They might say, "Have you tried talking to someone about that?" Or, "That was a long time ago, you should let it go." Please do not do that. She does not need a mechanic to fix her. She needs a witness. She needs someone to just sit there with her and listen. She needs to know that you can handle seeing her when she is not perfectly happy. The next thing she shares is something that makes even the most confident women feel very nervous: her insecurities about how she looks. This might be a surprise because we live in a world where women are often expected to look perfect all the time. Between social media filters and makeup, there is a lot of pressure to put on a show. So, when a woman sits with you without any makeup on, wearing old clothes, and tells you something like, "I don't like my arms," or "I feel bloated today," she is not looking for a compliment. She is showing you a level of trust that took a lot of courage to build. A study from a large group that looks at how people feel about their bodies found that over 91% of women are not happy with the way they look. That is almost every woman you will ever meet. Most women are fighting a quiet war in their own heads about their appearance. When she chooses to let you see behind that curtain, she is showing you the version of herself she hides from the rest of the world. She is saying, "I trust you to still love me even after I show you the things I am most afraid of." This is a huge deal. If you react with anything other than kindness and support, she will remember it forever. Women have a mental filing cabinet where they keep the memory of how a man reacted the first time they were vulnerable. You want to make sure you end up in the right drawer of that cabinet. This next one is something most men do not even think of as a sign of love: her silence. Yes, sometimes the most important thing she shares is nothing at all. There is a concept in psychology called comfortable silence. Researchers at a university in the Netherlands found that it only takes 4 seconds of silence in a conversation for people to start feeling nervous or rejected. Just 4 seconds. So, if a woman can sit next to you for a long time without saying a word, without looking at her phone, and without feeling like she has to fill the air with talk, that is a beautiful thing. It means she feels completely at peace with you. Since they were little girls, most women have been taught to be the ones who keep the conversation going and make sure everyone else is happy. When she stops doing that and just exists in your space, she is telling you she feels safe. She feels like she is home. Many men worry that silence is awkward, but when you are in love, silence is sacred. She is not bored. She is settled. Pay attention when she starts talking about the future with you in it. She might say something small, like, "We should go to that park next summer," or "You would really like my cousin's wedding in a few months." She might even mention bigger things, like what kind of house she wants one day. When she does this, she is mentally placing you in her life for the long haul. Women do not do this by accident. A group called the Gottman Institute has spent 40 years studying couples, and they found that one of the best ways to tell if a relationship will last is something they call building love maps. This means she is drawing a map of her life and putting you right in the middle of it. When she talks about trips you haven't taken or holidays that are months away, she is showing that she is deeply invested in you. Compare this to someone who is not sure about you. Someone who is unsure will use very careful words. They might say, "Maybe we can see," or "I don't know what I'm doing next week." But when she loves you, the words change to "we" and "us." She has stopped being a solo traveler and has invited you on the journey. This next sign is one that requires the most trust, and honestly, it is the one that some men handle poorly. It is when she tells you about her past relationships and the pain they caused. When she talks about how an ex-boyfriend treated her badly, or how she felt lied to, or how she spent months feeling sad, she is not trying to complain. She is not trying to make you jealous, and she definitely does not still have feelings for that person. She is telling you these things because she is scared of being hurt again. She is giving you a map of her old wounds so that you can see where to be extra careful. This is a very brave move. Dr. Brené Brown, who is an expert on being vulnerable, calls this the anatomy of trust. She says trust is built in small moments where one person is honest and the other person is caring. When she tells you about her heartbreak, she is giving you one of those moments. How you respond will decide if she opens up more or if she starts building walls to protect herself. The worst thing you can do is brush it off or say, "Well, I am not that guy." Even if it is true, it does not help her feel safe. She needs you to understand why those memories are heavy for her and to show her, through what you do, that you are different. Now, let us talk about something that might make you laugh, but it is actually very meaningful: her weird habits and guilty pleasures. When a woman admits that she watches the same silly TV show over and over, or that she talks to her dog in a funny voice, or that she likes to eat breakfast cereal for dinner, she is showing you her true self. In the real world, women often feel like they have to manage how they look and act for their jobs, their friends, and their families. They are always editing themselves. So, when she lets you see the unpolished, unhinged version of herself, the one who sings badly in the shower or has a favorite potato chip, that is a huge compliment. She is saying, "This is the real me, and I trust you not to make me feel silly for it." Psychologist Arthur Aaron did research showing that sharing these small, personal details makes people feel much closer. He even made a list of 36 questions to help people fall in love, and many of them were about being vulnerable in small ways. When she stops performing for you, she is saying she is comfortable. So, if she tells you she still has a favorite stuffed animal or a playlist for when she is sad, do not tease her. Smile with her, because she just shared something more honest than most people ever do. This next one is a very big deal, and many men don't realize how much it means. It is her financial reality. Talking about money is one of the hardest things for people to do. Many people would rather talk about their deepest secrets than tell you how much debt they have or how much money is in their bank. A survey in 2022 found that 42% of people in relationships keep a secret about money from their partner. That is nearly half! So, if a woman tells you the truth about her student loans, her credit card bill, or the fact that she is struggling to pay her rent, she is being incredibly honest. Or, if she is doing very well and tells you because she trusts you not to treat her differently, that is also huge. She is showing you the practical, real life side of her world. She would not do that if she saw you as a temporary guest. She is doing it because she wants you to know exactly where she stands, as she plans to stand next to you for a long time. Everything we have talked about is important, but this last one is the most powerful. It is the sign that shows she is all in. It is her fear of losing you. If a woman looks at you and says, "I am scared, this is too good to be true," or "I am afraid you might leave," or even if she just holds you a little tighter after a small argument, pay attention. This is significant because society teaches women to be very independent. They are often told to never seem needy or to act like they could leave at any moment so they don't get hurt. So, when she breaks through that protective shell and admits she is scared of losing you, she is taking a huge emotional risk. She is basically jumping without a parachute and trusting you to catch her. An expert named John Bowlby, who studied how people bond, explained that being afraid to lose someone is actually a sign of a very deep and healthy connection. It is not a sign of weakness, it is a sign of being human. When she admits this fear, she is being honest about how much you matter to her. This is the moment where a relationship can either grow much stronger or start to fall apart. If you dismiss her feelings, she will start to protect herself again. But if you give her reassurance and show her you are staying, she will love you in ways you never thought were possible. So, let us look at the whole picture. A woman who shares her childhood hurts, her worries about her body, her quiet silences, her future plans with you, her past pains, her funny habits, her money situation, and her fear of losing you is a woman who is deeply in love. She has chosen you on purpose, even though the world often tells her to keep her guard up. The fact that you have listened to this whole explanation tells me something about you too. It tells me you are a man who wants to really understand her. You don't want to just drift through life. You want to connect. That already makes you a great partner. But I want you to think about one thing. Every sign we talked about today is a way of talking. She is constantly telling you how she feels, not always with loud words, but with her actions and her trust. The real question is not whether she is talking to you, but whether you are really listening with your heart. If these ideas helped you see something you might have missed, please do something kind. not for any reward, but for the people you care about. Share these ideas with someone you know who might need to hear them. Maybe a friend or a brother who is having a hard time understanding the woman in his life. Helping someone else see the love right in front of them could save a relationship before it is too late. Before we finish, there is one more very important thing. Knowing she loves you is great, but you also need to know when she is looking for more closeness, both in her heart and physically. Sometimes men get this very wrong, and it can cause a distance between you. I have put together some thoughts on 3 clear signs she wants more closeness with you. It is very important because if she is already in love and sending you signals for more intimacy and you miss them, it can feel like a wall is being built between you. And as we know, walls are much harder to take down than they are to build. Please take a moment to look into that so you can keep growing closer every day.